Have you ever been drawn into a mystery where everything seems ordinary until the smallest detail shatters the illusion? In Poirot Investigates, Agatha Christie presents a series of clever cases solved by her brilliant detective, Hercule Poirot. Over the next 8 to 10 minutes, we'll dive through several of the short stories, highlight their twists, and show you what makes them timeless. Introduction. Welcome. On this channel, we break down classic fiction so you can grasp the key ideas, plot turns, and storytelling secrets. Today's source is Poirot Investigates, first published 1924 by Agatha Christie. We'll explore selected cases, identify the detective techniques, and reveal what you can learn from them. Story 1. The Adventure of the Western Star. In our first case, a famous film star's diamond, called the Western Star, is threatened by mysterious letters invoking an ancient legend. Poirot and his friend Hastings are drawn in when the actress, Miss Marvel, arrives with warnings about the diamond being taken at the full moon. Key paints. The appearance of a dramatic legend, left eye of the god must return whence it came, sets the mood. Poirot doesn't accept the supernatural story at face value. He looks for practical motives and chance for human deception. The twist? The supposed twin diamonds and exotic thieves are a cover for blackmail and substitution. Lesson. In a mystery, the dramatic background may distract. The real motive often lies in human greed, imitation, and misdirection. Story 2. The Tragedy at Marsden Manor. Next, Poirot investigates the curious death of Mr. Maltravers at Marsden Manor. He'd recently insured his life for a large sum. Details. He's found with internal hemorrhage, holding his rook rifle, and the local doctor gives a verdict of ulcer. Poirot senses all is not straightforward. A young man arrives unexpectedly. Key takeaway. Even when the facts seem medically or naturally explained, a detective must pay attention to context, motive, and behavior. The twist, the investigation reveals unexpected ties, subconscious clues, and the importance of asking the right questions, not just accepting surface explanations. Story 3. The Adventure of the Cheap Flat and Others. Among the remaining stories in the collection are other fascinating cases like The Cheap Flat, The Mystery of Hunter's Lodge, The $1 Million Bond Robbery, etc. Although each has its unique plot, they share common elements. A seemingly ordinary scenario becomes suspicious through one key detail. Poirot uses psychology, logic, and observation rather than purely brute force or overt clues. Settings vary. Film stars, manor houses, flat lentils, bonds, but the detective's method remains consistent. For example, in The Cheap Flat, a flat that seems too cheap leads to a murder cover-up. In The $1 Million Bond Robbery, a daring theft is executed in broad daylight, prompting Poirot to look for misdirection and motive rather than simply chase the missing asset. What are the recurring methods and themes across the stories in Poirot Investigates? Attention to character. Poirot listens to how people behave, what they omit, what they emphasize. Psychological insight. He frequently probes persons' motives, fears, and relationships rather than just evidence. Logical deduction. Small discrepancies, postmarks, gestures, timing, appearance yield the breakthrough. Misdirection. The stories plant red herrings, exotic thieves, legends of curses to distract both reader and suspect. Human nature. Ultimately, the motives are often greed, jealousy, revenge, fear of ruin, or desire for status. By learning these methods, you can appreciate the craftsmanship of Christie and even apply some of the logic to real-world problem-solving. Why does Poirot Investigates remain read and loved nearly a century after publication? It's a masterclass in the short story detective form, tight, efficient, surprising. Each case fits into one sitting, yet leaves you satisfied and reflective. The setting, 1920s England, and the character of Poirot provide charm, wit, and timeless appeal. The themes, justice, deception, human weakness, are universal. For budding writers, studying these stories can teach you how to frame a tight mystery craft misdirection, and build satisfying endings. For readers, you get pleasure from puzzles, surprise, and seeing reason triumph. So there you have it, Poirot Investigates by Agatha Christie, a collection of brilliant detective short stories filled with wit, surprise, and logic. Whether you're reading for fun, studying for craft, or simply enjoying a puzzle, this book has something to teach. If you like this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss further summaries of classic literature. Let me know in the comments, which story in this book intrigued you most? Or if you haven't read it yet, which one would you pick to start? Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep asking questions, observing details, and deducing smartly.